This week we're in Bristol, home to the world's first solid chocolate bars. Go on, give us a bite. No? Meanie. And hoping to hit the sweet spot with her guests is today's host, nanny and circus skills enthusiast, Sarah. Like all our competitors this week, Sarah will be cooking and throwing her pâté in this posh pad. Hoping it'll be a roaring success, eh?
My style of cooking is unfrilly. It's not fancy, it's practical, and a lot of people like it.
The grub wasn't so popular when Monday's host, party girl Jade, threw a festival-themed evening.
And has it got meat and bacon with the 4 types of cheese?
Yes, love, yeah.
Great.
Do you like it?
It's a bit heavy.
I do think I'll come last. My food wasn't amazing.
And it wasn't just the disappointing dinner that turned Jade's stomach.
So when you first met me, I opened the door. What did you think of me?
I thought it was
Don't you hold back.
All right.
Sarah made a few digs that were really, really unkind.
Well, my mother always said, I don't suffer fools gladly.
One person who dodged Sarah's straight-talking was charity CEO Adam,
Cheers!
whose footy-themed shindig was on the ball.
Smashed it, mate. Absolutely love it.
I was really pleased with my night. I think the food went down really, really well. I'd like to think I was in the lead going into the last day. I think that Joe will be up there as well.
The Joe in question was Wednesday night's host, who gave his guests a taste of the Caribbean.
They're going to be speaking patois by the end of the day.
And his food went down a storm.
I've got to say, Jem, the flavours all come together really, really well.
I thought my night went well. I put an awful lot of effort into it.
But the ice cream sparked a heated debate.
It doesn't have any cream in it, because it's got condensed milk, evaporated milk, and coconut milk.
And the point is?
I would have used cream, I would have used eggs.
But you ate it.
Ice cream, traditionally, is made with cream.
And it's also traditional to be polite.
You can't call it ice cream if it's not got cream in it. It was a frozen dessert made with 3 tins.
Sarah was critical of my night, and I shall be expressing my opinion the same as Sarah has done with everyone else's this week.
It was music to everyone's ears last night when jazz musician Jack performed with his band.
Last night, the entertainment was second to none. The food, I do beat myself up a bit.
I do find the potatoes a little bit too al dente.
Absolutely raw.
I strive for perfection, and perfection I did not deliver.
He's not wrong, as it's Adam who's in the lead with 31 points. But could Sarah change all that with her no-frills food?
Based on how Sarah's positioned herself as a bit of a food critic, I'm expecting great things from her tonight.
If the others can mark on the food as they find it and put away the prejudices that they've built up against me to one side, then I think I'm in with a chance.
I'm expecting Sarah to be an amazing cook. However, because she's a nanny, maybe I'll get chicken dippers and chips for tea tonight. I'll be happy with that.
I like to think my menu will reflect me. It'll appear childish, but actually be surprisingly sophisticated.
Now for the starter, sunrise soup with a critter crunch.
I think that Sarah and I will definitely have a soup-off today. I've gone for the more elegant, sophisticated soup. She's gone for the more creative, unpredictable and quite wacky soup. So, guns are drawn.
So I think that's tomato soup. If it tastes like the one that comes out of the tin, I'll be happy.
It is squash and sweet potato, and I called it sunrise soup because it's orange.
Sarah begins by blending the veg.
So this would be the stage that I'd leave it if I was going to feed it to a baby, if they were just getting onto solid food. But what I'm going to do for us is add a little bit of liquid.
Good idea. She'll add stock to the soup later. Next up, the critter crunch.
Critter crunch makes me think of insects, makes me think of locusts, things like that.
Fear not, it's just a veggie pâté that will be shaped as a hedgehog. Having blitzed cooked mushrooms, onions and almonds, it's time for a taste test. You pleased? I think she likes it. Enough of that, you need to finish your starter. Finally, she shapes into mini hedgehogs with sliced almonds as tiny quills.
This could get a little bit prickly, just like some of my guests.
It's the final night of the competition in Bristol.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Where, like all the diners this week, Sarah is hosting her supper in these sumptuous surroundings as her guests mingle in the garden. She cracks on with her soupy starter.
So it's still looking a bit like baby food. I've got a feeling a couple of our crew are looking for anything to complain about, so I really hope they don't pick on this.
I wouldn't get your hopes up. The pâté hedgehogs get nestled into their new salad home, and the soup is good to go.
I'm really happy with this. I'm hoping it's a winning starter.
Let's see if your guests agree. Sunrise soup with a critter crunch.
The sunrise soup is sweet potato and squash. The critter is a mushroom and almond pâté. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Crunch away.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you finding it, Jack?
Pâté. Didn't think I would like it, but I do.
Thank you.
It was just much too sweet for me, that soup. It was what you would feed to an infant.
Didn't think that would be pâté when I looked at it. So you did, yeah. Did trick me there. Enjoyed that, yeah. Enjoyed the dish.
I just don't like pâté. Tastes a bit like Cornish pasty. The toast was nice. The starter was baby food. I couldn't eat it.
I'm assuming you want me to be honest.
You're dying to be honest, aren't you, Joe? Please tell me what you think.
It's pretty disgusting for me.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Joe, this is a table where we're having dinner. Please try and monitor your language. Disgusting.
I'm just being honest.
Oh, this is awkward.
If you're going to criticise other people's food, you should make sure that you could cook yourself, and Sarah clearly can't.
I'm surprised by Joe because I think he'd like to think of himself as being a rather mature person, but actually he's showing himself up to be incredibly petty and rather juvenile in his behaviour.
What is this?
Well, if you look under all of your napkins, I've done little effigies of you.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I've resisted using them for voodoo purposes.
Clarinet as well. Look at that. Marvellous.
Well, certainly nothing like handing out voodoo dolls around a dinner table, is there? Goodness gracious. I'm surprised Joe's didn't come with pins in it or something like that.
Quite like that, actually. She's half naked as well.
It does look like you, Jade.
She doesn't seem to have a top on, but...
And she's got a wine glass in her hand.
Yeah,
and
that's very
lots
full.
of pink locks.
Sarah went through some effort to make that for us. I appreciated it, but again, was there an undertone to it to try and call me out because mine had no clothes on?
Sarah, can you tell me, are you into comedy at all?
I've done a little bit of comedy and a bit of clowning in my time. I did run away to the circus.
What's that? Sorry?
The circus.
I know
It's a
what
thing
circus
where
is.
In a big red and white tent. Oh, you didn't mean that.
I thought that was one of your jokes. So, sorry, go again.
I wish I knew what I'd done to upset you so badly.
Do you want us to let you know?
If we would move on and we could actually get over this, then yeah.
You were quite rude to me on my day, actually.
Yeah, that's probably true. I'm
Okay.
sorry if that offended you. And I genuinely am sorry if that offended you.
I just wanted to be friends with you. Yeah, I appreciate the sorry that she gave me, because I think I deserve it.
And I am forthright. I do say things and probably regret them afterwards. Joe, I feel you want an apology from me as well. I'm sorry that I commented about your ice cream as being made from tins. I was just genuinely like, oh, 3 tins, like I was surprised.
No, it wasn't just the 3 tins, it's the way you speak to people. I just felt there was a right way and a wrong way of expressing oneself, and you were completely out of bounds. She said I should make an apology to you, Joe, but she didn't give me a proper apology. I don't think Sarah handled the situation at all well.
Rather than starting today as a fresh day, he came straight in on the attack and then not even trying my homemade food, which isn't out of a tin, I think is just petty.
Dinner conversation went completely out of the window. And it suddenly became an incredibly unpleasant and unpalatable place to sit down and eat. Thank God there was wine.
I've certainly dealt with ruder, more spoilt children than them, so I hope we can get it back on track and the rest of our dinner will be pleasant.